In the annals of NBA history, certain players shined brightly in the spotlight, while others, despite their immense contributions on the court, have faded unceremoniously into the background. These are the unsung heroes of basketball, the players who excelled in the gritty, unglamorous aspects of the game, often categorized as the glue guys. Their impact often goes unnoticed in statistics and accolades, yet they were pivotal to their team's successes. This exploration delves into the lives and careers of some of the most underrated players in NBA history, starting with an early legend who laid the groundwork for the league as we know it today, George Mikan, the original dominator. George Mikan is often overshadowed by the likes of Wilt Chamberlain and Bill Russell, yet he deserves to be recognized as one of the first true superstars in basketball. Mikan played at a time when the NBA was just beginning to find its identity, and his influence on both the game and the league's development is staggering. Standing at 6 feet 10 inches, Mikan was a force on the court and helped popularize the NBA during the late 1940s and early 1950s. As a member of the Minneapolis Lakers, Mikan led his team to 5 championships within a span of 6 years, showcasing a mastery of the post position and innovative scoring techniques. His artful shot, the hook shot, became a staple for future generations of big men. And the so-called Mikan drill, teaching young players the intricacies of effective scoring near the basket, is still employed today. The NBA made significant changes to its rules, such as widening the painted area from 6 to 12 feet and introducing the shot clock, largely because of Mikan's dominance. His ability to score frequently made teams adopt stall tactics to avoid giving him the ball, leading to near-comical low-scoring games. Mikan's legacy, while celebrated among basketball historians, is often overlooked in discussions about the game's greatest players. Bob Pettit, scoring and rebounding dynamo, another foundational figure in NBA history who seldom receives due recognition is Bob Pettit. A Hall of Fame member and a 2-time MVP, Pettit's statistical achievements are remarkable. Over his career, he averaged 26 points and 16 rebounds, consistently making the All-NBA first team throughout his 11-year tenure in the league. Pettit was often involved in intense rivalries and notable playoff performances, particularly against the renowned Boston Celtics led by Bill Russell. While Mikan was paving the way for modern basketball, Pettit was redefining the power forward position with his scoring and rebounding prowess, but historically his name is often eclipsed by the more prominent stars of his era. Scottie Pippen, the unsung hero. While Michael Jordan ascended to global stardom, his sidekick Scottie Pippen is frequently relegated to the background of basketball history. Pippen is arguably one of the most underappreciated players in NBA history. His defensive capabilities were second to none, often taking on the best defensive threats from the opposing teams, which allowed Jordan the freedom to excel in his scoring role. Pippen's contribution was integral to the Chicago Bulls' 6 championship victories during the 1990s. Although he was often overshadowed by Jordan's explosive style and marketability, Pippen's versatility as a playmaker and defender was critical for the team's success. When Jordan briefly retired, Pippen led the Bulls to 55 wins in a single season, a testament to his talents and importance to the team. B.J. Armstrong and Ron Harper, key role players. The Bulls' dynasty was not only about Jordan and Pippen. Players like B.J. Armstrong and Ron Harper were pivotal to Chicago's success. Armstrong was a prolific shooter who ranked among the best in three-point percentage during his era, and he played a vital role in the Bulls' early championships. Harper was also a strong defensive presence, known for his ability to score and create plays. Both Armstrong and Harper embraced their roles as complementary pieces in the championship puzzle, showcasing that greatness comes in various forms. Their contributions to a championship culture in Chicago illuminated the necessity of talented role players in achieving success. John Havlicek, the silent legend, while names like Larry Bird often dominate discussions about the best small forwards, John Havlicek remains underestimated. A pivotal contributor to the Boston Celtics' dominance during the 1960s and 70s, Havlicek's scoring, playmaking, and relentless work ethic earned him a place in the Hall of Fame. With 13 All-Star selections and numerous All-NBA and All-Defensive Team honors, Havlicek's legacy is sometimes obscured by more widely publicized stars. His ability to impact the game on both ends of the floor, averaging 21 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists, along with his championship pedigree, should place him in the discussion of all-time greats. Moses Malone, a rebounding pharaoh, often overlooked in discussions surrounding elite centers, is Moses Malone, a 3-time MVP whose contributions were immense during his playing days. Malone was a relentless rebounder, leading the league in boards 6 times and finishing his career as one of the top 10 rebounders in NBA history. His scoring ability is equally impressive, with a near 30,000-point total, positioning him as a member of an elite scoring club. Moses's work ethic and indomitable spirit showcased the importance of grittiness in the game, yet his legacy has often been overshadowed by those in the spotlight. Elvin Hayes, the Big E. Elvin Hayes might not ring a bell for many fans today, but his contributions to basketball history cannot be understated. As a 12-time All-Star and NBA champion, Hayes' scoring and rebounding abilities placed him among the best in league history. He led the league in scoring as a rookie, a feat only accomplished by a select few throughout the NBA's extensive history. With over 27,000 career points and 16,000 rebounds, Hayes' statistical dominance is matched by few. It's unfortunate that much of today's basketball discourse fails to highlight his achievements adequately. Alex English, the scoring artist, a prolific scorer who often flies under the radar. Alex English deserves recognition alongside the elite scorers in history. English led the league in scoring during the 1982-83 season and remains one of only a handful of players to amass over 25,000 career points. His smooth scoring repertoire and mid-range game defined a generation of offensiveness. Yet English is often eclipsed by flashier players such as Allen Iverson or Tracy McGrady. His efficiency, averaging 25.9 points per game during his time with the Denver Nuggets while shooting over 50% from the field, characterizes his offensive prowess. Alex English's skill set and quick scoring ability illustrate why he should be included in discussions about the best scorers in NBA history. Adrian Dantley, the efficient scorer, in an era filled with remarkable offensive talents, Adrian Dantley often gets lost in the shuffle. A 2-time NBA scoring champion, Dantley averaged over 24 points per game for his career while also boasting incredible efficiency with a shooting percentage of 54%. Dantley's style was ahead of his time, demonstrating a combination of strength and skill that allowed him to finish at the rim. Despite his accolades and contributions, Dantley suffered from the misfortune of playing in smaller markets and overshadowed by contemporaries. Nevertheless, his scoring and remarkable ability to draw fouls mark him as an unrealized great in NBA history. Chris Bosh, the silent contributor, Chris Bosh was often the overshadowed member of the Miami Heat's Big Three. Despite his impressive skills and versatility, many overlook his contributions to the team's success. Bosch's ability to stretch the floor and provide fantastic defense helped solidify Miami's reputation as a championship contender. Throughout his career, Bosch established himself as a dominant power forward, posting numbers well above 20 points and 10 rebounds in his initial years with the Toronto Raptors. However, upon joining Miami, his numbers dipped as he adapted to a more complementary role. His efforts in multiple championships, coupled with his unique ability to hold down the center spot, showcased the brilliance he brought to the game. Andrei Kirilenko, the versatile defender, Andrei Kirilenko, often referred to as AK-47, embodies versatility in today's game. A formidable defender, Kirilenko led the league in blocks and turned many opponents into non-factors with his defensive prowess. Averaging 1.4 steals and 2 blocks per game during his time with the Jazz, Kirilenko's defensive accolades are matched with respectable offensive skills. His ability to shoot from the three-point line, along with his passing abilities, made him truly one of a kind in a league where players are now leaning towards multifaceted skill sets. Detlef Schrempf, the first European star. Detlef Schrempf was a trailblazer for European players, becoming one of the first European stars to make a significant impact in the league. Drafted in 1985, Schrempf showcased not only his scoring ability but also his versatility and shooting touch that paved the way for future generations. Known for his smooth shooting stroke and abilities to contribute in multiple areas, Schrempf was a two-time All-Star and claimed the Sixth Man of the Year award twice. His unique skill set placed him at the forefront of the movement for international players in the league. Andre Miller and others, the unheralded playmakers, turning the spotlight towards point guards. Andre Miller represents a fruitful career defined by sound fundamentals and exceptional playmaking. Known as the Professor, Miller consistently led the league in assists across several seasons while averaging 14 points per game. Despite his modest scoring, his ability to orchestrate an offense makes him significant in discussions about underrated players. Sam Cassell, known for his clutch performances, along with Mark Jackson, who amassed over 10,000 assists during his career, are further examples of playmakers who often go unrecognized in discussions about the best point guards in history. Kyle Lowry, the pitbull point guard, emerging from the shadows of LeBron James's dominance, Kyle Lowry has established himself as a six-time All-Star and an NBA champion. Lowry's defensive prowess, ability to draw fouls, and clutch shooting have played significant roles in his team's successes over the years. His resilience, alongside leadership qualities, makes him one of the most reliable point guards of his era, yet his name often gets overlooked in favor of flashier players. Shawn Marion, the high-energy forward, with a combination of size, speed, and athleticism, Shawn Marion became one of the premier forwards of his time. His ability to guard multiple positions and score consistently makes him a key player in discussions about underrated talent in the NBA. During his tenure with the Phoenix Suns, Marion was a pivotal component of their success, earning multiple All-Star selections. His unwillingness to conform to traditional roles, coupled with impressive stats across the board, makes Marion a unique case of undervaluing true talent. An ongoing debate, the debate about who qualifies as underrated in the NBA, is certainly subjective. There are countless players who contributed significantly to their teams yet remain in the shadows compared to the superstars. This rich tapestry of players, George Mikan, Bob Pettit, Scottie Pippen, John Havlicek, and many others, reveals the complexity and depth of NBA history beyond the spotlight. They represent aspects of the game that often go uncelebrated but are essential to the understanding of how basketball has evolved and how it's continuously shaped by various contributors. In discussing the greatest players, we cannot forget those who have quietly built legacies full of grit and excellence. Players like Adrian Dantley, Andrei Kirilenko, and Chris Bosh have changed the course of the NBA through their unique talents and contributions. The journey of undervaluation in basketball is a conversation worth continuing, with each voice adding richness to the sport's heritage. As you reflect on this list, who do you believe has been grossly underrated? Our understanding of the game continues to grow, and for every legendary player who graces the hardwood, there exists a mountain of talent waiting to be acknowledged.